Today was the first time I went to futures abroad by myself for a while. After successfully getting into one in Karnak a few weeks ago, I thought I'd try my luck again in France. Although there's no guarantee I'll get in, I'm feeling pretty confident. I've been training well recently and been playing some really good tennis. Probably some of the best I've played ever, to be honest. But for now, it's time to check in at my hotel, get some rest, and be ready for sign-in day tomorrow.
Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke.
So I woke up feeling ready for the day. I got some food, then headed out to try and figure out how to get the bus to the tennis club before quickly realising that there was a free shuttle that the tournament was providing. So I got that, and then I was ready to start with my first session of the day. So this session here is essentially like an extended warm-up slash mobilization session. Basically because after traveling, I've been sitting down for a while and hadn't done any movement. I just wanted to get my body moving, but not do too much physical exertion because potentially there's the match the next day and I'll be hitting later as well. So don't want to have too big of a spike in load, but want to do enough to get my body moving and prepared to compete at a high level. So following this session, my plan was to get a hit as quick as possible and then head back to the hotel to chill and sign in a bit later. However, there was literally no one to hit with. I asked so many people that came in to sign in and they all had practice partners, and I was literally standing there for about 5 hours just asking as many people as I could, and luckily just before the sign-in deadline there was someone that needed a hit, so I did get hit in the end. Now, after my failed attempt at recording the match in my last tournament, I did buy a GoPro for this tournament here, and this was my first time using it, so bear with me as I'm trying to figure out the best camera settings to get the best quality. Now, I'm still in kind of like a split mind of how the best way to approach the practice the day before matches. I don't know whether to go at it a bit more intense, a bit more aggressive, and really treating it with importance is the wrong word, but more intensity, I think. I'm finding it a difficult one because I play my best tennis when I'm relaxed, and leading up to this tournament here, I was super relaxed in my training and in my practice points, and I was playing really well. So for this session here, I did decide to keep that relaxed mentality, but leading into a tournament, I don't know if it's better to be a little bit more intense and place a little bit more importance on each shot during the practice session. But yeah, I'm still in that experimentation phase with it, but for this practice here, it was super relaxed, super chilled, and really just wanted to get loose feeling on the ball and really not being concerned with the errors that were happening, and just making sure that I was breathing out on the contact, really relaxed with my arms, and trying to get as good contact point as possible on every single shot. Now, I don't really like to play too long in my practice sessions the day before a match. We just did the standard extended warm-up, and then we got straight into point play. In these points, I actually came to the net loads, unintentionally, and I think that's because I was just being so relaxed, and when I am relaxed, I play really aggressive and love coming to the net, and that just happened naturally here in these points. Not planned, just really accelerating through the ball and coming to the net on any opportunity. And I think this was a great way for me to do this practice session in one sense, but also not so good in another sense. Just because by going to the net so much, it was so different to my usual game style, especially on a clay court, that it kind of put me at a little bit of a feeling of I could have done that a little bit differently to prepare a bit better for this match. And I had a lot of those thoughts after this practice session. We can see here in these points that I do have a pretty high success rate when I am coming to the net, but it is high risk points that I'm playing. And when we are in a little bit of a longer rally, I'm either making the unforced error or my practice partner here is dictating the point and winning from the back. So I think it would have been a little bit more useful here to have extended points a little bit more from the back of the court and then come to the net at a bit more obvious opportunities rather than trying to cut points short with a drop shot or trying to rush the net on returns all the time. Nonetheless, I did get done what I needed to do in this session. I got a feel for the courts, got a feel for the ball, the conditions around me. I got moving, I played points, and I did everything that I needed to do to be prepared for a potential match the next day. After finishing this session, I ticked off everything that I needed to do on my to-do list and I signed in, but unfortunately, the luck did not go my way this time.
So just found out I didn't get in, which is a little bit disappointing because I felt like my preparation this time was a lot better, and yeah, I was feeling quite loose and I was all prepared. Last time I kind of thought I'm not going to get in, and then when I did get in it was a bit of a surprise. So this time I had my mindset of I think I probably am going to get in because I was pretty close. I was in the 20s on the alternate, which every single time I've been within the 20s or inside 30 before I've actually got in. So yeah, a bit annoying, but the rules are different now. So the difference in the rules is that if you're in the qualifying, you don't have to sign in on the day and you're automatically in the draw. So if you don't withdraw but you're not coming, then you're still in the draw, and that wasn't the case before. So there still is a little bit of a chance that I could get in tomorrow, but there are still 3 people above me who signed in, so I'd have to have 4 people who don't show up or decide not to play tomorrow, which is unlikely. So yeah, can't help but feel like just like a little bit of a waste of money, but I need to get out of that mindset because this is just the way it goes, and I had to take a calculated risk, and this is what happened this time. So yeah, still had a good practice, still good experience, and still a chance tomorrow. But for now, I'm just going to chill out and yeah, watch the football because England are playing the Euros, and this is about the only time of the year that I actually watch football. So yeah, that's about it.
Alright, so I woke up this morning feeling a little bit deflated because I thought I'm just going to come here, wait all day, nothing's going to happen. But I've just heard that a few people have moved up to the main draw, which means that there are a couple spaces. So it kind of depends on how many alternates sign in today. I think I was 4th on the alternate list, so if only 2 sign in, then I think I should be good to play. But if they all sign in, then the people who moved up to the main draw plus some other people aren't going to have to show up for me to get in. But I have to wait and see. But a little bit more hope today, so I'm still going to do a good warm-up now, sign in as an alternate, and then go from there. However, it was at this point a big problem occurred. I started feeling really sick, like I was about to throw up, and on my way to sign in, at the bottom of the stairs, I threw up like 3 times. But then it suddenly dawned upon me that I had to sign in before the morning sign-in deadline, and I looked at my watch and it was literally 2 minutes before the deadline. So feeling super sick again, I quickly ran up the stairs and spoke to the tournament director. I was like, yes, please sign me in. I waved to him and then he signed me in, and he looked at me and he was like, great news, you have got in, you are going to play today. And feeling like I was about to throw up, I like smiled and I was like, that's great, and then quickly ran off and then threw up again in the toilet. So not a great start and preparation for this match. However, after taking a little bit of time to myself, my stomach seemed to get out whatever it needs to get out, and I started feeling a bit better. So I made my way to the hitting wall as I passed the opportunity to actually practice on a practice court and hit a few balls against the wall, keeping it nice and relaxed, not pushing myself too much to save as much energy as I had for the match. So in this match, I was drawn up against an Argentinian player who had just graduated from American uni, and he had a UTR of 13, which is actually a bit higher than some players who currently have ATP points. So I knew this was going to be a tough match, but my goal was to try and keep the points as short as possible, to try and conserve the energy that I had and try and dictate, as judging by this warm-up, I knew that he was going to be a classic clay courter who made a lot of balls. So let's take a look at how this match unfolded. Now, right from this first point, my plan was to play super aggressive, big ball threes and really try and dominate from the point early on, and I ended up hitting one of the worst shots I've ever done to start the match, with a forehand flying so far long, and I literally had no idea how I had such little control on that shot. However, I knew the way for me to win this match was going to be playing aggressive and really dictating with my forehand, because with my current energy levels in this match, I really just had to go for it because I was not going to outlast him rallying from the baseline. After that point there, I was already feeling it physically. Knew that I just had to keep playing aggressive, and that I was good with the forehand. I was taking it on, and although I've made 3 unforced errors in this game, I'm not going for silly shots. I'm playing aggressive, but the balls to be hit and the balls to be aggressive on, I'm just being a bit loose and not quite getting my target zone in there. And maybe a better way to approach this start to the match was to keep the same game plan, but just build myself into it a little bit more. Make a few more balls from the start. Don't go from it from the first shot, and then as the second and third game progressed, then I could take those balls on and be aggressive on them. But I just haven't got a rhythm yet in this match, and already there's 4 unforced errors in one game, and suddenly the pressure's completely on me. I've lost my service game, and I haven't got a feel for the ball. And also the fact that my opponent here hasn't made an unforced error. He's lost 1 point where he broke a string, but every other point he's been super consistent. Even in the long rallies, he's just getting it back deep over and over again. And that definitely played on my mind from the start of this match. Just knowing that if I just continued to rally, it would just keep coming back. I'd tire myself out more. And I just felt like I had to go for balls early on when maybe it wasn't completely necessary. And maybe it put a little bit too much pressure on those shots that caused me to miss them long. Now that point there is the first time that my opponent's actually won the point and I haven't lost the point. He's built the point and put a volley winner away. It's the first time he's hit a forced error or a winner, and that's just not good enough for this level of tennis. Like, we've played 2 games, we're into the 3rd game now, and that's the first time that he's actually had to do something to win the point. And I'm just feeling so frustrated whilst playing because I know that I have such a high level of tennis in me, and I'm missing balls that I make all the time in training. And just during the past week, during my practice matches, I was hitting the ball so well, I was making all these shots, but as soon as I'm in this match here, I'm lacking a bit of energy, my footwork's a bit less, and I've missed so many forehands that should be easy balls that I should be making. And this is 100% playing on my mind here. I'm not focused on the present moment, and I'm thinking about how am I missing these shots when I should be making them? And I'm not thinking about just being present, watching the ball, doing what I can in the moment. I'm really out of that flow state and just focused on the shock of how many balls that I've missed. And as I'm sitting here at this change of ends, I'm really thinking hard about what I should do. Should I keep trying to play aggressive and just wait for me to start making balls, because I know I can make these balls and playing aggressive is the way that I'm going to win this match? Or should I just play a little bit more passive, just run around the court, get as many balls in as I can, and just hope that his level drops a bit and he starts missing. And I'm really at a conflict in my mind as to what to do, because the latter is the way I used to play, and I got some success, but it wouldn't win me matches like this. And playing aggressive is the way I know I should be playing, but it's just not working. I'm spraying errors everywhere. So coming out of this change events, I'm really just don't really know what to do. Should I be doing the aggressive play? Should I be playing passive? Or should I be finding some middle ground? And I think I should be finding a middle ground, but it's very hard when you're in that moment and you don't have a rhythm. So this next game was really just some points of passive and some points of trying to hit it big, but it's not really working for me. Now, it was at this point here where I really made the switch in my mind, and I was going to change the way I was playing. I decided that I was just going to make every single ball in the court, not really caring about how good the quality was, because he wasn't really hurting me that much on when I wasn't hitting it too deep. And I was just going to run around, make as many balls as I can, and just keep going until I literally run out of all my energy, and just try and get as many balls as I can in the court and hope he starts making some errors. Alright, so getting it back to deuce here, I'm thinking, right, this might actually work. Just keep going, just keep pushing as much as I can, just keep making the balls in the court, and if I can just get this game and get a game on the scoreboard, maybe things can turn around slightly and I can start a little bit of a comeback. But again, I just couldn't believe it. I missed the forehand, and it's not a stupid shot. It's the right shot to go for, but I'm just missing it in the net, long, everywhere. And anytime I start pressing, I miss the ball. I built the point well, and that was the right opportunity, and I'm just not getting my chances. But I just try to regroup and stay solid. But as we can see, I'm really starting to struggle physically in this game. But I just had to keep on going because I knew how much of a turning point this game could be if I could get through it. Now, unfortunately, after this next point, my GoPro overheated, so I don't have any more footage from the match. But this game went on a lot longer, at least 5 or 10 more minutes, going back and forth, deuce advantage, really long rallies. Had chances to win the game, but didn't take them, and I ended up losing it to go 5-love down. And the match ended up being 6-love, 6-1 to him. And I tried to carry on with that more consistent game style throughout the match, having really long rallies and just trying to out-rally him a little bit, and it worked at stages. I had a lot more close games. It was a lot closer than the first set, and I had chances and more deuce games that I could have won, but it didn't go my way. And to be honest, he was a better player than me and was able to do that game style a lot better than I could. So yeah, let's dive into my thoughts straight after this match.
Got absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I mean, got a bit outplayed by him, to be honest. And I know I was sick, but maybe I could have fought a bit hard for some points. But yeah, not ideal. I felt like he was a lot more consistent. I don't feel like he necessarily hurt me too much. I feel like I lost the match because of the errors that I made. I went out way too strong, trying to play too good, trying to outplay my own ability a little bit, and it wasn't paying off. I feel like I could probably play like that one or two times out of 10. But yeah, today wasn't that day, but I really needed to have that in order to have a chance of winning this match, especially with how I was feeling. But yeah, had some really, really long games that I didn't really get the right side of. I think if I won that 4, when I was 4-love down in the first set, if I won that game, then maybe things could have turned around a little bit. But yeah, overall, I don't think it would have made too much of a difference if I wasn't sick. But yeah, it's hard to not feel disappointed after that, especially after the last match. And I felt like I came away being like, oh, if I did a few things slightly different, then I could have won that one. And I felt like my preparation was good, and I was mentally in a great space for this match. So yeah, it's a shame. But it was a very good player. So yeah, you win some, you lose some. This time I got destroyed, and that's the way it goes. Just got to look towards the next one. Budget up for the next one, because unexpected cost of this one took a bit of a hit that I wasn't expecting. And yeah, just got to keep focusing on the process and not the result. You lose 6-love, 6-1. Who cares really? I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, got to pack up now, go back home, get back to reality, get coaching again, and yeah, save up for the next one. So that's about it for this trip. Not much more to say. Let's keep improving.